Hello, beautiful souls. My ears have been plugged a lot lately. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I bought myself some flowers. Yesterday, actually, I have 3 bunches. This is the 2 I bought yellow. And then this is a bunch of white daisies with a little bit of pink and red in there. So like I've said this week, buy yourself something. Don't wait for somebody to buy it. You treat yourself something because you deserve it. You are worthy of it. You don't have to sit around and wait for validation from somebody else, okay? So it is February 14th. We know what today is. It's Love Day. I'm not a huge fan of these Hallmark bullshit holidays. All right, yesterday was Venus Day. Very lucky day, okay? Remember, things have been fucked around to get you to think otherwise. Inverted, turned on its head. So, yesterday was a very good day, good luck day, I should say. Yesterday, Venus Day the 13th, and it was on a Friday. Very lucky day, okay? Some of you might not feel very lucky right now. I know I haven't. I've been going through it. I've been like really going through it this week, and these last few days, I've been really going through it. Just 114 on the timer. 14 is very significant. 14 has been showing up. Again, I'm born on the 14th of the October. So you're going to be seeing the 14s probably, which is also in association with the Temperance card, okay? I've got the clear quartz and I pulled out some malachite, a couple different pieces of malachite here. This is more of a raw piece. All right, I don't know what other mineral is in there, all right? Malachite, really good for the heart space. Rose quartz. So I didn't pull my rose quartz out today because I didn't feel like it, but I've got my rose quartz here with my rainbow moonstone, my sunstone, my labradorite, my amethyst, thank you, and fluorite. So, and this is hematite. All right, so welcome in. We'll see what the conversation wants to be today, see what wants to come through. I've got some stuff I want to share from the book and just some information. I did do some of I'll probably do some light language for some love codes, love frequencies for that heart chakra space. If you're feeling a little blocked, maybe you're having some pressure in that area because you're feeling it all, maybe some feelings of loneliness, feeling like you've got a wall of protection around your heart, all of these things. But remember, when I do the light language codes transmission, you're receiving exactly what your team knows you need to receive right now. Your highest is completely aware of that. All right, you can set the intention to receive, and you'll receive. And then, of course, the team. And again, you might feel something in that moment, but remember, you don't have to feel something to know that it's working. As humans, we always want the validation, going right back to the state, wanting the validation that if I don't feel something, something didn't happen. That's not true, especially when you're working with light codes, source codes, frequencies, and energy codes, light language codes, transmissions like that, okay? Yes, you might feel an instant sensation, an instant release, but that's not necessarily the case for everybody, right? I'm feeling the stuff I've been receiving all week. So, like I said, I've been doing, I've been listening to Ken Lloyd's stuff, and I don't necessarily, I do feel it sometimes in the moment, but for me, mostly it's like the after effect. I definitely have a huge after effect, and I've definitely felt the end of this week. It is Saturday now. Again, I don't really pay attention to time as if I don't have to, or days or months if I don't have to. Very minimal, and I highly suggest it'll transform your world if you really start not paying your attention and worry too much about time, days. It's just this day, that day, and another day. Focusing, words please, on quantum, just being in the quantum, because everything's happening all at once, okay? So yellow daisies are very significant as white daisies, because those 2 came through for me during my Reiki session on Tuesday. So please go look at the spiritual meaning for white daisies and yellow daisies. And again, flowers are very significant. All right, connect with color. So color therapy is going to, again, I didn't put pink on or green on today, but I've got pink and green stones and items, and I'm eating pink and red foods and green foods, okay? Green powders, green foods in general, green grapes. So if you want to connect to color therapy and the frequency and the color frequency, the frequency of food and the the color frequency of food or color in general, I highly recommend consuming things for, like I said, the pinks and the reds and the greens. Whether you wear the clothing, you use crystals and stones, you can use essential oils to help with that particular heart chakra space, in eating foods that are green, pink, or red. So I ate a lot of watermelon. So I had watermelon. I have greens powder with watermelon water. I have goji berries. I have green grapes I'll have probably for lunch, because I eat a lot of fruit for the most majority of my nutrition right now. That's what I'm required. And I eat my like heavier meal or more grounding meal later to midday. So again, my dinner right now on the weekends is usually between 3 and 4. Typically during the week it's between 4 and 5, sometimes 3 and 5. So I eat a lot of fruit. I drink a lot of juice, fruit juice. I feel more satiated and hydrated when I'm drinking like 100% orange juice or 100% apple juice or ciders and things like that. There's just more vitamins and minerals in there. Even if it's a pasteurized juice, it doesn't have to be. Yes, if you want to go down and make all of the fresh stuff, beautiful soul, do that. If you are called to do that, I do that. I spent many years, I have many juicers. If you feel called and you have the space that you want to give yourself and just go into a state and just focus on making those juices, vegetable fruit juices or whatever you feel called to, please do that. Don't do it because you're trying to, again, achieve a goal or something out of it, okay? Do it because you're called to. Work with the frequency, the energy, and the color of the food, the spirit of the food, okay? And I'm learning to tap into this more and more and more. And using that as a suggestion when I work with people. Sorry, that was a big one. Someone's clearing. Holy hell, that was a big sigh. Let it out. Let's breathe. Let's take a couple deep breaths. Inhale, hand on your heart. I'm feeling that. You're safe. You're good, beautiful. I know. You're good. You're safe and you're held. Ask for your team support, please. Ask for source, ask for your highest, ask for your guides and angels and ancestors of unconditional love and light to come in and just wrap you up in this bubble of love if you're struggling with this today or this weekend. Because we are in these final stages of purging. We are in the portal. We've been in the portal for a couple of weeks of this Ring of Fire, New Moon in Aquarius Fire Horse energy for a couple of weeks. Thank you. Cleared my ear. So I know you're feeling it. I know you are, because I'm feeling it. I feel a lot of the collective's energy for sure. So breathing is going to be helpful. Raging, sacred, rage it out, man. I don't usually have raging anger type energies that want to be expressed in a screaming, shouting type of way. Mine is usually crying. I've been crying for like 2 years almost, it feels like. But yesterday, and after my grounding bath, I was draining the water, and I was just like so pissed and so angry and so fucking frustrated that, I flooded my bathroom basically with whatever water was left in the tub. I was just in a safe way, just like slapping and punching and screaming and shouting and just letting it out. And after my bath, just laying in my bed and just sitting in the sun and just screaming and raging it out. And again, it's a very sacred release and rage, and please, I ask you to honor yourself and express those emotions because they are necessary. I spent most of my state in the dream realm, whether it was a parallel timeline or just in the higher realms, having sacred arguments with my partner in the spirit. I'm not able to do it here in the physical. I don't even know what that would look like at this point with this version of myself, because we really don't fight, but we would probably have a very tough love type conversation. But I felt like I was able to work through some stuff in that state. My highest, his highest, working it out basically. And I woke up a few times thinking, what the fuck? Like I've not experienced this before. So, but again, not only am I expressing this for myself, it's a collective thing, right? Breathe. You are definitely feeling the collective stuff. All right. There's also like going back to what I was getting in the shower is, what are you paying your attention to? Yes, you need to be aware. You need to have compassion. You have to have empathy. You have to have that higher perspective, that neutral kind of stance on it, because you do not want to go down the energy siphoning rabbit hole. There is no coincidence that certain things have been happening in the past few weeks. Certain things have been released. Tragedies. Again, I don't know what's going on unless somebody tells me what's going on, because I just don't pay my attention to that. But I can feel it. I know shit is shaking, like that soot, that muddy, mucky soot has been stirred up at such an extensive amount. And that's because everything needs to be cleansed and purged and released in the collective consciousness, as well as you personally. Remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. I mean, if there is more chaos, and this came up in something, I don't know if it was a video or something, if you're feeling more of that chaos energy out, or if you're seeing more of the chaos energy outside of you, more than likely you need to address the chaos that's taking place within you. So that chaotic, frenetic, freak out, fiery in a burning up and not in a good way situation energies, you need, that's, you're being called to address the chaos inferno within that you've been bypassing, numbing, running from, distracting yourself from, if that makes sense. Okay, so find these 1111, thank you on the timer. So find these practices that are going to be helpful. Meditate, breath work, nature, put some nature on the television, connect to the space, connect to your plants, connect to the food, the spirit of the food, connect to the herbs and the essential oils in the salt baths, or whatever you need to do to help ground this energy down, because you might feel like you're going to explode. I promise you're not. Yeah, some of us are going supernova, but in the best way possible, but that's not what I'm talking about, this energy that's taking place right now. But please pay your attention in the cycles of the way the things are happening on the world stage. And yes, people, that is a stage. This is a game. This is a simulation. This is a holographic simulation. So what is taking place on the world stage is trying to distract you. Distract you from how you're feeling. Maybe distract you in the sense of siphoning your energy. When you get caught up, and even if you think it's in a good way, a conspiracy way, we need to quit focusing on that and focus on love, and not focus on that, but focus on how we want to change the world. How do we want the world to look and change and feel? We've got to quit paying our attention and giving our energy to the chaos and the nonsense and the bullshit. And like I said, I'm not saying don't have empathy, don't bypass. Send your light, love, compassion, healing energy from your heart space out into the collective. But we need to focus over here on love, unity, and how we want the future to look, not only for ourselves, but our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren and in generations to come. The new babies being born today. Okay? My partner, who's been working on a project for a maternity hospital in Sierra Leone, Africa, I don't know the details of it because I haven't spoke to him as much this week. There's been a whole lot there. But he sent pictures that they finally got parts of the hospital open where they were delivering new star seeds today. Okay? Babies were being born. New star seeds are being born today. How magical is that? I'm getting goosebumps from head to toe. And so my frustration around certain things helps me kind of look at, that's why, outside of my own generations, my family, my kiddos, my grandbaby, and their kids to come, the other why, I don't pay attention to this bullshit. I focus on the future that I want to see happen, not the future that what happened in the past or what's happening right now. I don't focus on that. That's a waste of my time and my energy, and it siphons your frequency and your energy. And your most valuable currency is your frequency and your energy. 1404. So, whoever's listening, somebody needs to hear this. We've got to quit paying our attention over here and move it over here. Okay? There's no coincidence, again, that things have been happening and unfolding in the way they have around this new year of the fire horse, this ring of fire portal. It's a fucking portal. We're in the energy of this massive reset portal. The powers that were have been trying to control your timeline, beautiful soul, for the longest, with buried technology, with technology that they've kept hidden in secret. And again, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm just saying, please wake the fuck up. I'm not saying go down the conspiracy rabbit hole, because that's another way to siphon your energy. I'm just saying, wake up. if you don't think you've been attacked, frequency, this is tough love here. It's been a frequency war on this planet for the longest. Thousands and thousands of years. This might be the first time that you're hearing this. This codes, this frequency, whatever you're receiving from this transmission, from this channeled message, from this super conscious conversation, 1522, you are receiving exactly what you need to receive to activate you, to awaken you, to recalibrate you. You're going to receive exactly the perfect medicine and dose that you were meant to receive in this now present moment. Whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Your team knows what that is. All right? So, we're going back to love. We need to focus on love, not fear. Love. So, on this day of love, February 14th, let's start focusing on love. Love of our planet, love of our children, love of ourselves, first and foremost. I've said this all week. You have to put yourself first. You have to do the work for you first. You have to do that. It's so, 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 so important. You have to do that for you right here, right now. Make a choice that moving forward, if you have not already, beautiful if you have, but do it even more. Your highest says do it even more. Pour in even more into your cup than you have been. All right? Moving forward. Okay? And only you knows what that looks like. Check in with your quantum compass, your heart. That will lead you and guide you. Your highest will lead you and guide you. You have a beautiful treasure map that you've placed in your heart before you incarnated here. And this beautiful journey is you unlocking that and getting those clues pieces by pieces as you continue to wake up. When you wake up out of the slumber. Okay, so that's why the majority of us are here, right now, is we chose ourselves to be the ones to build the bridge, to break the trail, to do the work so that those behind us don't have to. It'll be easier. It'll be easier for them. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it will be easier moving forward and each generation to come. Okay? So these new star seeds that are being born with their gifts and abilities online and on point. Okay? Already coded. Where some of us are basically ours have been dormant until in the last few years, depending on where you're at in your journey. Dormant, locked away. Dormant. Theirs are not. Okay? So, I send all of my love. I'm sending all of the love, light, healing, and frequency and energy to you right here, right now. Okay? I feel you, I see you. I've been going through it myself. We're always wanting to chase the highs, but we're not willing to be still and listen to the space and in the void. Okay? Been there. Again, I don't talk about anything I've not gone through myself. Whether it's a spiritual awakening or my health and wellness journey. I don't speak on things from a book. I speak on things from fucking experience. Okay? That's why we resonate. That's why you resonate with my frequency, my energy. Okay? There's no coincidence that I landed here. Okay? This is your gentle reminder, your tough love reminder, which I've been giving a little bit of extra to the teams and wanting to give a little extra tough love this week. But the tough love is the most biggest unconditional love ever. Love is not conditional. We have come from programming, conditioning, and paradigms and thought forms and belief systems that love has to be conditional. Love is unconditional. And if you are in a relationship, a partnership, whether it's with a family, a friend, a sibling, whatever, if that is a conditional love, it's time for you to probably reevaluate that and maybe boundary up and step away for a while. Your love is not conditional. If you are giving more than you are receiving, we need to recheck that beautiful soul. Speaking from someone who would just constantly give and 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 give. There was nothing to give. And when an empath just gets to the point where they just give 0 fucks and they have nothing to give, okay? So I didn't expect this. I had something else, so I'll probably do another video for the other stuff. So I'm just gonna pull one message from your highest today. I'll probably pull a moon card. Yeah, we'll do a moon card and a higher self card just to wrap this message up. So I guess what's the overall message is quit focusing on the chaos and focus on love. Storms may bring passion, but not peace. Not sure what to think about that one right now. Remember, those shadows that have been hiding are being brought to the light, okay? All right. Really not sure what to think about those ones, but somebody will need to see that. So we're going to pull a moon card just to see. Take inspired action at the bottom of the deck. Feel it. Like I said, feel your feels. That's the biggest part right now. You have to feel your feels. Like I said, I'm not saying bypass what's going on the world stage, but quit paying attention to it. It's why it's called programming. Pour into you, focus on you more and more each and every day. All right, what do we have? What do we have? Okay, we've got 2 cards here. We've got Be Real and Relax. So we've got a full moon in Aquarius and a new moon in Cancer. So be real with yourself. Be real with those around you. Real, raw, unauthentic, no matter how fucking uncomfortable it makes them. And it's time to relax. You know, I had more energy I could have worked out this morning, but then I didn't want to deplete myself. I'm allowing myself to not, I used to, and you may resonate, and there's no coincidence I'm mentioning this, okay. So unconsciously, I didn't realize that I would use food and fitness, to a degree unconsciously. I was using food and fitness to distract, to numb, to run, to bypass. And so part of my lesson this morning is not to use fitness to distract, to numb, to run, or to bypass. So someone here might be also doing that. And again, that's the biggest, again, lie ever told in the fitness industry. Again, there's good and bad for both. And that's the biggest one. It gets you to pay your attention so deeply into a nutritional protocol, a workout protocol, or to beat yourself up and to run and numb and bypass and distract yourself from feeling your feels. And I'm not saying fitness can't be a good way to work through your feelings. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just pay your attention to the clear why you're doing that. Yes, if you need to go rage out on your bike because you need to release that energy, do that. But not because you're doing it to bypass feeling your feels, if that makes sense. Okay? So you guys have a beautiful day. Go buy yourselves flowers, 2424 on the timer. Connect with the plants, connect with nature, and get grounded. Do whatever means possible to love on you and take care of you right now. Everything else will be fine. You're safe, you're supported. Call in your team. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.